Grayson did, and then handling just those weights and everything.
Yeah, you know, it's. I thought he was really sharp, about as sharp as I've seen him in quite some time. In real games, you know, obviously we've seen him, you know, really good for us in the fall and early spring. You can see why he can be so special. He can throw the ball in the low to mid 90s, command a slider, even threw a few change-ups today. You're right, it's tough when you have that break. It's kind of the double-edged sword. You want the big leads, but sometimes the big leads lead to, you know, sitting on the bench a lot. You know, in the first inning, he had to get up twice and throw, you know, in between when they switched pitchers. But proud of him. The other thing that goes, I think, unnoticed is, I think, mentally to try to stay in the game. You know, and what I mean by that is you want the lead, but can you compete and pitch like it's an SEC weekend? Can you challenge yourself to pitch like it's 0-0? And that's what we try to do with the pitch calls. We started some guys off of breaking balls, you know, to just make sure that, you know, he pitched and wasn't pitching like it was some spring training game where it didn't mean anything. And then it takes a lot of pressure off their offense. And a tough day with the wind gushing out, mid-70s in February. You know, the ball was flying out of here today. And to be able to, keep them down and keep the ball in the ballpark, I thought he was terrific.
A couple days ago, you said hitting can be contagious and so can not hitting. I guess what's been the key the last 2 games?
I just think, we've had a couple icebreakers, a couple guys that have gotten out, like today, Grail Groff gets us going and takes a little pressure off. And the other part of it is it takes the pressure off the pitchers. You know, if the pitchers, you know, to put some zeros up, and we had that, you know, through those few games, you know, we were giving up runs early. And so, you know, I think we've been able to put some zeros up where the offense could breathe a little bit. And then, yes, I think, you know, once you get on the board, we are a good offense. And so, you know, I hope that, you know, we're not going to be as sporadic as what we've shown, you know, through the first, you know, 6 or so games. But you start to look at some of the swings from Fisher, Groff, and others. Obviously, Ross and Leger and others have swung well. But, you know, now you can see more guys through the lineup, and that's nice.
Talk to us a little bit about wanting to be more competitive with your at-bats, program record and walks today. Thoughts on it?
Obviously some of that has to do with Sunday and the score, and, you know, getting to the end of the weekend, and you know some of their guys not being, you know, to be, you know, recycled back out there. But also I don't want to take credit, you know, away from our guys. I thought our guys did a great job of laying off pitches, you know, working counts, you know, especially early in the game where the wind was blowing. And, you know, I'm sure you want to be aggressive and hit the ball in the air, but, you know, our guys laid off a lot of bad pitches and put ourselves in either better counts or we're able to set the table for other guys.
Fisher called Ross a captain in the locker room. Is that
say it again?
Fisher called Ross a leader in the locker room.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you've seen this year so far?
Yeah, I mean, they call him Sergeant Ross, and, you know, he's kind of, I don't know if that's just because of the leadership. I think it has to do some with that and some that he's, you know, he's one of the older guys there. But he's one of those guys that doesn't say a ton, but you can see just kind of, you know, his presence, you know, commands a lot of respect, and the way he goes about his business, and everybody knows he's had a ton of success in his, you know, college career, and, you know, and being here, his work ethic and the way he approaches the game every single day, very mature, pre-med student, you know, and I think he's got a ton of respect, you know, not only on the field but off the field.
You're getting pitchers the innings you want so far. Everybody kind of got
you
want.
You know, and today was. It's a good challenge, but trying to get as many guys into the game offensively, trying to figure out, making sure that, you know, you're putting them in the right spot, so you got some defenders out there. And then today, you know, there was no doubt that, you know, we were going to pitch Spencer and Simmons. Like, they had to pitch today, regardless of the score. And it was good to get Doyle in, and, you know. The more times, you know, a lot of those new guys like Simmons and Doyle and Spencer get out there, I think they're just going to get better and better. But you can see, you know, Spencer, even though I thought he, you know, was fine and great, you can't go, you know, past a week, you know, with a guy that's supposed to be the back end guy, not pitch. So you had to pitch today.
What was going through your mind after y'all were up 11-0 just after the first inning?
I don't know that seemed a while ago. Just happy, you know, and show how crazy this game is. You know, if you've been in my head for the last, you know, 6 or 7 games, I've seen it a lot different than that. So just happy for our guys. You can tell they're starting to loosen up a little bit and starting to be a little freer, and that's nice to see.
Maddox on Tuesday.
Don't know yet.
Is Leje okay? We saw him getting some attention.
Just rolled his ankle going around first. I would assume he's okay. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I mean, we'll see tomorrow in the training room. Sometimes those things swell up, and I don't know if it's nothing serious, but we'll see. The football game time decision.
Thanks.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.